So David, after the initial setup, when you've got your registration, everything complete, I know people are probably going to want to go into just setting up their listing. So the question that I have for you, is there a honeymoon period that's similar to Amazon? I know a lot of people might be concerned that if they list their products and it's not fully perfect and optimized, that they might do themselves a disservice in the long term. So is there a honeymoon period on Walmart.com?
So, Carrie, there's no confirmed honeymoon period on Walmart, and we recommend just putting your listings up there. The conversion rate, both by clicks and by sales, does affect the ranking. So make sure your listing isn't like garbage. Make sure the copy is there and there's some images, even if it's not perfect. The listing just has to be sellable. It has to be something a customer will look at and could get them to buy. Although the copy isn't necessarily optimized for Walmart, let's say you're using your Amazon or your Shopify copy, it still does work. It does contain the keywords that are necessary, and it should rank for those keywords well, but it's not going to be optimized necessarily for Walmart. Something you want to be careful not to do is have your product that is published but out of stock. So you have what's called a listing quality score. It's a score that Walmart provides you for every product. And one of the factors is the offer. And this includes if the listing is published and out of stock. And it looks at the past 7 days. And so technically it's not like a lot of time, and it's very easy to fix that with a week of stock. You're good. But just something to note, it's better not to have your listing just sitting there out of stock.
Kind of like on Amazon, if you run out of stock, that's definitely not good.
Right. So the good thing is you could always just go ahead and place your listing in a stage status or retire the listing temporarily until it's out of stock. They specifically don't want the listing to be out of stock and published.
Okay, that makes sense. So when somebody is, transferring their products over to Walmart, do you recommend just putting all their products on there right away? And I mean, is that kind of how you would recommend they just go ahead and transfer everything over and then optimize it later?
100%. You could just put everything on Walmart, and you might even find some items that just make sales that you wouldn't have expected. It's a different marketplace, different customers, and just having that opportunity out there is great. And what you could do is, as you take your good selling products, and you might want to optimize those first, but it's good to just have everything out there, just in case you might catch some fish that you didn't expect.
That's a good point. All right, so the next thing, once you've got your listing set up and you're not going to be, doing Walmart fulfillment services right away. So you need to set up shipping templates so that you can ship out these products to customers. So could you talk a little bit about, setting up shipping templates and give us a walkthrough of how that works?
So to get started with shipping templates, we're going to go to settings, and under the shipping profile, we'll go to shipping templates. By default, there will be one template already created called the default shipping template, and there are 3 options for the shipping times. There's value, which is 6 to 7 days, which is automatically enabled. There's standard, which is 3 to 5 days, and then there's 2-day. And for 2-day, you actually have to request access for it so that you could prove that you could fulfill within that time frame. Now, obviously, having better shipping will help with your conversions as customers are used to this, and Walmart will also increase the ranking as it does affect the listing quality score. So if we want to go ahead and edit the current template, you just go ahead and click Edit Template over here on the right. And what we suggest doing is, if you could offer different fulfillment times to different regions in the US based on where your fulfillment centers are based, that's how you should set this up. So for example, by default, this is just going to be the value option, which is either 6 or 7 days, depending how long it takes you to fulfill, and it'll have all locations enabled. Now, if you want to add a quicker shipping option for, let's say your warehouse is based in California and you want to ship to Nevada, you can go ahead and click standard and add a new shipping rule. And let's say you could fulfill to all of the West Coast. Specifically, you could just select West Coast, and if maybe some states are more difficult, you could deselect them. It also works if you want to select by different, there's also the options below for if you want to send to the other states or just to different PO boxes. These options on the left select these 2 options here. So if you click this, it'll select both of them. If you uncheck it, it will uncheck the first one. So it's not like this is one of the options, this is an option, this is an option. This is same way as West includes all of these states, Street includes Hawaii Street and US Protectorates. So here we have the West selected, and let's say there's certain states you can't ship to. Let's say Montana's too far for you, so you can just go ahead and uncheck Montana. You could even go ahead and drill down into certain states. You will have different sections, so you could really get nice and down to the nitty gritty. So if let's say we could fulfill to the West Coast within 3 days and to the Midwest within 4 days. So we could go ahead and hit submit over here, and we have 3 days by default selected, and you have the options to change that to up to 5 days. And let's say you want to select also for the Midwest, we could fulfill to the Midwest in 4 days. So you could go ahead and select that over there. Now, when choosing standard option, you do have the ability to add a flat rate shipping cost and an additional either cost per item or per pound, depending on how you want to bill. You could go ahead and set up as many of these as you want. If you want to set up for, let's say, PO box rules, you just go ahead and keep adding new shipping rules as you'd like. So there are many different ways you could configure this. And I would suggest if you have a really complex fulfillment structure, just go ahead and set up all the shipping rules and then select which items you want to fulfill using different rules. Once you're done setting up all your different shipping templates, just go ahead and click Save Template. And now any item assigned to the default shipping template, if it's fulfilling to these locations, it will show those time frames. So for example, if we go ahead and look at our items right now, and we have all our items by default will be under the default shipping template, as you can see here, number 1 default shipping template. If you want to change shipping template individually, you can just go ahead and edit it here. So these items on top are Walmart fulfilled, so we're not going to be able to see the difference. But this item, for example, if we take a look now, it shows to Anaheim, which is good old California. It will arrive in 3 days, January 14th. So we could see that that worked. If we go ahead and turn off that section of the shipping template, go ahead and edit it and go ahead and save that template. So now it should resort back to the 6-day shipping. So if we go ahead and take a look at that item, sure enough, January 19th, which is a little bit more than 6 days. But that's all in one shipping template where you have your items fulfilling to the same places within the same timeframes. If you do, however, want to change your settings that certain items you want to ship to California within 4 days, let's say it's a higher weighted product or for whatever reason, what you will need to do is you'll need to set up an additional shipping template. So you'd have to click New Shipping Template. And then from here, you go ahead and name your template on top over here, and it'll have by default a value and a standard. And it adds everything into the standard by default. You can just go ahead and delete that, clear it out, and then just go from scratch. Let's say you want to select the West, and you submit that, and you want it to be, let's say, 4 days. Let's say it's a heavier product, and you could even include different shipping prices. Go ahead and save that template, and now you have 2 different shipping templates. So when you're looking at your items here, let's say this product is a little heavier, and we want to assign it a different shipping template. We just go ahead and hit edit and go ahead and change that to template 1 and go ahead and save that.
Thanks so much for walking us through how to set up those shipping templates. So that's kind of the initial thing that you would do when you're first setting up your items, but I think the ultimate goal would be to set up Walmart fulfillment services. Do you think that sellers should apply for Walmart fulfillment services or WFS right away once they get their account set up?
Yeah, 100%. You should apply for WFS right away. There's absolutely no issue with applying. If your account is delayed, it would make no difference if you apply today or a week later. The only thing is you need to make sure your account is in the active status to enable the WFS option. This is done once you have your first listing live. It's going to just give you a little prompt, are you ready to go live? You're going to have to just pretty much telling you that you need to now pay attention and fulfill your products. Once you go live, you'll see it'll take a few hours just to show live on the system. Your account will show the status active, and then on the top you'll see a little truck. This is the WFS next to it. Go ahead and click on that and click apply. It'll take you to the application. Go ahead and fill it out and get moving with WFS. WFS will affect the ranking of your listings and just having better shipping times. At the end of the day, Walmart is making money off of WFS more than they are on regular fulfillment, so they are going to push those listings a little bit more. And in general, they're really trying to promote Walmart Plus. So they've been approving a lot of accounts, even on the smaller side recently. They're really increasing their fulfillment centers, and I'm pretty sure soon it's just going to be automatically approved, but for now there's still just a slight application process.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that you have to have your listings active, because when I was setting up my account, I got confused as to why I couldn't even apply to WFS, and you have to literally have that first listing active and it might take even a day for that to go live. And then once I applied, it took me about 24 hours to get accepted. So it's definitely pretty quickly. So I guess that was my next question. Like, how long have you seen it normally takes to get accepted to WFS?
So as I'm saying, the application time has looked like it's been pretty fast recently. They've been improving a lot more accounts, and I think it's eventually going to be automatically approved. You have to just accept the terms. But I mean, if you are noticing a delay, always reach out to Walmart. Be like, hey, what's going on? Is there any reason why my account is being delayed for this? And normally, just having like even 5 listings should be enough, just to show Walmart that you're a serious seller and that you're willing to go ahead with this.
Okay, so moving on from the last section from Walmart Fulfillment Services to now Walmart Connect. So first of all, what exactly is Walmart Connect?
Okay, so Walmart Connect is Walmart's advertising platform. This is where you could go ahead and set up your PPC campaigns. Right now, it is pretty basic compared to the extensive Amazon PPC platform, but it is growing all the time. Walmart in general is a growing platform, and they're always adding in new features. You can set up your different types of campaigns where you want your product placement to be. You could set up different rules, and the reporting is pretty decent for right now. There is also an API access, but this is currently exclusively for Walmart service providers and not available to the public.
So let's talk about the application process. How long does it take to get accepted, and do you have any recommendations about how you should fill out the application itself?
For sure. So I always recommend getting a head start on everything. Don't go too early, don't go too prematurely where you want to set it up immediately. Make sure your account is live and you have some listings going. Maybe get a sale or two just to kind of show Walmart that your account is suited to do well. But Walmart is going to make money off of advertising, and they want you to advertise on the platform. So if you're showing some serious potential, they will definitely push through your application. Sometimes the application time could take a while. I've seen cases where it's been a month to 2 months to get back from Walmart with your status. This typically happens during the busier periods, like the holiday season of 2021 was quite busy and it was taking quite a while. But typically this application process shouldn't take too long. I suggest being a little optimistic with your numbers when you're just going ahead and just telling them how much you expect to spend, and just really kind of give the perception that you will be doing well and doing a lot of advertising, which hopefully you will be doing on the platform.
So like the best case scenario is what you want to put your best foot forward in that application.
Exactly.
Sounds good. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. The next thing I think that we probably want to set up is the brand portal. So what exactly is the brand portal, and why do you think somebody should set that up?
Okay, so brand portal is set up by Walmart to help you protect your brand. Now, this helps you in a few different ways. Primarily, it is used to take down listings that are set up by other sellers for your brand that are not sold by you. So you're able to find these listings if you just search your brand on Walmart, if you look for your specific products, and if you see it's a product that's not being sold onto your account, or it could be counterfeit or whatever it is, you can go ahead and file a claim through Brand Portal. So to get that set up, you will need a trademark number from the USPTO. Just having the serial number is not significant. You need to make sure that you have the trademark number in there, one for every one of your brands. You can head over to the portal and it lets you file new claims over there, and Walmart is pretty good with taking down these bad listings. Now, another great reason to have Brand Portal is for content rights. There's a pretty significant content rights issue on Walmart, as there were many sellers that had their listings already uploaded to Walmart by other sellers. Let's say someone that was just scraping from Amazon, just kind of putting listings on Walmart that they thought were successful. So if you're a successful Amazon seller and you're just getting it to Walmart, you'll probably see a few of your listings that are already on the platform, and you'll notice you don't have access to the content for those listings. This could be a major pain, especially if you're trying to optimize your listings for the platform. You could see some fields completely wrong. You could see something like site description coming soon, which is terrible for your listing. So in order to get the content rights, you will have to file a claim with Walmart. They do request some information regarding your account, and they will want you to fill out some sort of form, but you could supersede that if you just go ahead and say, hey, my brand is registered with Brand Portal. Additionally, providing GS1 certificate proof is another great way to do this, but Brand Portal I found is one of the strongest ways to get access to your brand's listings on Walmart.
Something we kind of learned the hard way too is that you should own your UPCs, because I think through Amazon, the last, 6 years or so in Amazon, everyone's like, oh, you can just buy third-party UPC codes and it doesn't matter. Well, it actually does matter, because if you don't own the UPC, you can't prove that you have the rights, so then you wouldn't be able to edit access to those listings. So I think that's really kind of something else that's really key, right? Is the UPC.
So that's a great point. And just to elaborate on that a little bit, Walmart uses the UPC as pretty much like the soul of the listing. Every listing is the UPC. It's unlike Amazon, where you add a UPC as another factor of the listing. On Walmart, the UPC is what controls the listing. If you want to get on an existing listing, you would search it by UPC. So every UPC has to be unique, obviously. You can't have two UPCs on Walmart for the same UPC for two different products on Walmart. And it's important that you own the UPCs, because if you ever do need to change a UPC down the line, you will lose everything from that listing. You will lose reviews, you will lose ranking. It's as if a new listing has been started. So especially now we're at the beginning stages of Walmart, just do it right. Go ahead, go over to GS1, sign up, get your real certificates going, buy your prefix, and just go ahead and create your listings with legitimate UPCs. It's highly recommended, and just get it done correctly.
I agree. Well, that is all for the account setup video. So we've basically gone through the entire process of registering your account, setting up everything at the beginning. We talked about Walmart fulfillment services, shipping templates, brand portal, and also Walmart Connect. So all of this information should be plenty of information to get your account set up and ready to start selling on Walmart. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.